All right, folks, be prepared for a blow in the next coming weeks as it relates to tariff talks, especially the stock market. So we are looking for those of us who study finance and look at money. We're preparing for a huge blow. Okay, so in the next coming weeks, as trade talks continue, you're probably going to see some volatility in the stock market. So get prepared. Yes, we're remaining optimistic about interest rates. Okay, so interest rates have come down just a little bit last week. And so I want to remind you that the cost of borrowing today is very expensive. So if you can hold off on making a major purchase until we see what happens with the trade and what's going on. Yes, I shouldn't be saying this because obviously I'm in the service industry. And we want interest rates to come down. We want interest, especially mortgage rates. We want them to come down. They are coming down just a little bit by a little bit. But the foreseeable future, I would like to see how interest rates are going to react. Okay, the bond market is pretty healthy right now as trade talks continue. But remember, the cost of borrowing today is very, very expensive in most cases. So if you can hold off on things that are not non-necessity, I got people that have asked me, should I buy a new car? Well, I personally, if you don't need a new car, I would wait until we see what happens with the markets. I have been predicting a recession, coming very soon. And unfortunately, they're not really admitting that we're in a recession right now, but we actually are. And by definition, we are in a recession. But the second that they acknowledge that publicly, I can see the markets reacting heavily to that. And so I can see interest rates coming down. I can see, consumers, monitoring their spending habits. And what happens when consumers are monitoring spending habits and they stop spending, then you start seeing everything fall and bottom out. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting soon. It's just me, it's just my opinion. But I will hold tight because it's going to be very, very rocky in the next couple weeks. Cheers.